Good evening, District 130. Ramadan Kareem to all our Muslim faithful, and then happy Lent season to all the Christians in District 130. I hope we're all doing well. Please let's share emojis just to send greetings from the various locations that we're at. I'm joining in live from Nigeria. So I will say good evening to us, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. Thank you so much for joining the Afterwork session for District 130 TLI. We're in the 8th month already. Wow. 4 more months to go in this mandate. I know it felt like it's just yesterday we started all this, but then we're making progress. Thank you for dropping the emojis. Thank you, Ikrama from Nigeria. My name is Grace Mekanu. I am joyfully assisting the English lead for the Toastmasters Leadership Institute, District 130. I'm not the one that'll be moderating today. We have a phenomenal Toastmaster that'll be taking us through the moderation and then take us through the whole session. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag out of the cat. Anyway, there's a bag and a cat. Before I read the bio of our moderator for today, please, I want you to do me a favor kindly. If you're already on the call, 14 of us that are on the call, please reshare the flyer of the Afterwork session and tell everybody in your division, in your areas, in your clubs that we're live. We've started already and we're keeping to time. So while we're doing that, I'll go ahead to share the bio of our moderator for today. Please, after you're done sharing at either your division group or your area group or your club group, please come back and say done in the chat box. Come back and say done in the chat box. Let's spread the word. Let's ensure that we're closing up this 8 months in a phenomenal way. All right, I'll go ahead now to read the bio of our moderator for today. Sorry, I'm getting it out now. Are we sharing the information in our various division groups, clubs, and area? I hope we're doing that. All right. Tonight, we're going to be having a seasonal Toastmaster as our moderator for today. I'm sorry, one more second. I'm there, almost. All right, our moderator for today is Toastmaster Elizabeth Akinfenwa. She's a public speaking coach and event moderator. Oh, nice. She supports students and professionals in building effective communication skills. She is a member of Eagles Toastmaster and currently in the Presentation Mastery Pathway. Her favorite quote is, "You never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have." I'll take that again so that it will sink in. Her favorite quote is, "You'll never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have." This is a quote by Bob Marley, and that's her favorite quote. Without any much further ado, District 130, I want us to use resounding emojis to welcome our moderator for tonight, the Toastmaster that will be taking us through the entire session tonight, Toastmaster Elizabeth Akinfenwa. Toastmaster Elizabeth Akinfenwa, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Grace. Good evening, everybody. Good morning, wherever you are joining us from. Good evening. Thank you for having me. I hope we had a great day. I had an amazing day myself. And Ramadan Kareem, everybody, for the Muslims among us, and happy Lent season once again for the Christians among us as well. Thank you once again. So today, My role is simple, as I have been rightly introduced. I am to guide this session. And we are discussing an interesting topic: the role of the facilitator, tips for successful facilitation. The role of the facilitator, tips for successful facilitation. Before I introduce our speaker, our trainer today, who is excited to be here? You are excited to soak in the information, the tips that will be shared today. I want to see, I'm checking the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this session that is about to start. Okay, Toastmaster Grace said excited. Let me know. I want more comments in the chat box. How do we feel about this session that is about to start? Because facilitation is a skill, and it is a skill that can be learned. Elated, thank you. Thank you. It's a skill that can be learned, and it is amazing for District 130 to bring this valuable discussion our way this evening. I feel charged. Thank you, TM Muhammad. Thank you. So, like we said, that is our topic. So, I will be introducing Curious. Thank you. I am as well. I am as well. So, I will be introducing our trainer for tonight. I will be introducing our trainer. His name is Abdurrahman Adebayo. He is a business development manager in the renewable energy space. He supports people in making effective decisions, empowering energy access, and liberating possibilities. His practices are value-driven sales engagement, emergent facilitation, and deep conversation curations. I beg your pardon. He belongs to Lentor Toastmasters, and his role there is a secretary. His favorite quote is this: when you start to walk on the way appears. That's deep, if you agree with me. Let me repeat that. When you start to walk on the way appears. And that is a quote by Rumi. And so I will be inviting to the stage our trainer for today, TM Abdurrahman Adebayo. The floor is yours. And please, I will indulge you to please always take a look at the timer on your screen. You have 25 minutes for the session. The floor is yours, TM Abdurrahman. Please let me have our clap emoji, our love emoji, your favorite emoji. Let me see that we are excited for this session. We are elated. Thank you. The floor is yours, Toastmaster Adebayo.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, where you're joining us from. It's a wonderful moment today as we are here live on the future. And just as it said, that when you wait, welcome you all to this session. Thank you. Right now, I would like to start this way. I just want you to think about the time that you've been in an environment where you have a conversation that you wish you never have again. And based on that, today we are going to explore the roles of facilitator and tips for successful facilitation. So I want us to do something. I need a volunteer. One person, just one person. And what you will do, right now, you don't even need to say that you're volunteering. I just want to give you one particular task. If you can, use your mobile phone. Go to Google and just search facilitation. Do I have an hand for a volunteer? Someone who would like to do that? Have you done that? Great. So while waiting for that, facilitate. It's majorly about holding space. And space in this time can be in time, it can be a physical space, and at the same time, it can as well be energy. Holding space to flow, for energy to flow in a coexisting environment towards a particular outcome under certain constraints. So for this one, what I have just shared, it touched on some key aspects when it comes to facilitation. There's a space, and this space can be in time, it can be physical, but generally it's about energy in the room. For facilitator to get this done, if there is no space under constraints in such a way that the outcome that is intended is achieved. Please let me know if I am audible enough. It's right now. Seems I'm having a lot of trouble with it, so I just want to confirm again.
I think it's breaking, but
What do you say?
I hope it's not my network, but it was breaking at some point, then it was normal at some point. So
All right.
yeah.
I'll just let me say that for the purpose of this meeting, I would like to appreciate everyone for following up with the surprise, the way the internet can make things be surprising at this
Yeah.
point in time. All right, so moving on from the concept of facilitation, as I said earlier on, the idea is to hold a space in order to drive an outcome among people. So some of the elements there is facilitation is an art. There is energy, and this energy can be subtle. It can be so active sometimes. Think about a situation where there is a conversation that require a lot of opinions. Without a facilitator there, most of the time the energy got burned, the energy got wasted. So for roles of facilitator, as a facilitator in an engagement, whether a meeting, a session, or whatever way, as we all know that Toastmasters, we find ourselves in different environments where we need to communicate, where we need to present publicly, and sometimes where we need to hold a space for people to express their experiences and create engagement that lasts for them. Number one thing before every session for a facilitator is to establish clarity of purpose. Why are we here? Why do we want to do after work today? With that clarity in place, a facilitator has begin the journey before the session. Clarity of purpose, understanding the intent behind the session. And the next thing will be to plan. And in planning, we're talking about allotting time. A facilitator is meant to allot time, understand after clarity of purpose, allot the time, then create seed questions. There must be some seed questions for every meeting or session that a facilitator want to facilitate. Seed questions are questions that, think about it like seed that you plant, that have the potential to germinate, to generate resources. Awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing that. Facilitation is about managing the energy in a conversation. Exactly that. So with planning, require that you schedule time for each of the sessions that you want to take, generate seed questions, which you can drop among the participants, and then that can make them start thinking, start sharing. That can also induce conversation. Then you identify session resources. Beyond this, after all this is in place, remember earlier we mentioned that facilitation is all about art. There is energy. So seed question is meant to generate energy. The art aspect is where you design how you want to arrange the flow of that energy in the room. Do you want to start with the game? Do you want the story to start the facilitation? Do you want people to do a poll? Or do you want any other one like that? And at this point, from the conversation, from the chat that we have so far, looking at what we have in that chat, each of us, I want us to go to the chat, look at those messages, and you can choose any of those messages using the reaction button to tap on any of the messages, which one
Hello, it seems we. Hello, Toastmaster Abdurrahman. Are you still there? Oh, it seems we lost him. The net.
Yes,
Okay, it's
he's
coming
gone.
back.
But he's back, yes.
Okay. Okay.
with the internet. So I would like to confirm if I am audible. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? All right, thank you. So let me list out these elements again so that we can just capture this. For a facilitator to play an active role and deliver results, there must be clarity of purpose before the session. There's need for planning, where time is allotted, seed question is generated, and session resources are identified. There's need for designing, where the arrangement of flow, how the energy will be flowing within the session need to be identified. Either you're starting with the story, or you're starting with an energizer, or a brainstorming session, or a particular question. Or do you want to pair people up, or do you want to create a poll or a game? These need to be designed beforehand. Once the session starts, a facilitator needs to guide the flow by directing who needs to speak, identifying respectfully who needs to contribute. And at the same time, in guiding the flow, a facilitator needs to respect the dynamics of people in the room, the group dynamics. What we mean by group dynamics, we have people who prefer to express by voice. Some prefer, they are comfortable with writing things down. Some just want to think and draw. Different things speak to people's strengths. This is where you guide the flow as a facilitator. A facilitator needs to be versatile and balance contribution so that at the end of the day, there will be inclusion of everybody in the room, from people that can be so outspoken to people that do not want to speak at all. In guiding the flow, a facilitator needs to know what the outcome will be and sense intuitively, attentively when the message is moving out of that conversation so that it can redirect back the energy into the core subject. A facilitator preserves the content. ensuring neutrality. A facilitator is not meant to be a subject matter expert. No. You steer the room, the energy, not sharing the energy with people. A guide, not an expert. So for a facilitator to play the role, need to suspend opinions. Opinion belong to people in the room. And you are meant, as a facilitator, need to be more appreciative. And as part of the final part there, in terms of role of facilitator, you drive for convergence. Either people reach consent or consensus. For every time there is a group where energy flows, the ultimate goal is for a unified decision to be made. Facilitator drive that decision, establish common ground, spot emerging theme, and pattern in the conversation. And with that in place, once the decision is made, facilitator summarize the key points, document and report the resolution and action items. These are the major things that facilitator does. And if I will have to look at this from, let me ask a question. Out of all this that we have so far, which one of these have you find yourself missing out when you have an engagement in the past? Which one have you find yourself needing to do more of? Just anyone at random, you can unmute and speak. Do we get that question? Or do you want me to repeat? Okay, let me repeat the question. Out of all these roles, from establishing clarity to planning, guiding the flow, designing the flow of energy, preserving the content, drive for convergence, summarizing the key points. Which of these strike a chord with you in terms of your actions so far? I mean, in the past. Anyone? All right. So with that, I'll assume that we are also trying to process all these things. I understand it can be a lot of information to process within a short period of time. So we take our time to process that. Now, here is another question. Think of that meeting in the past, the most recent time, where your participation felt successful to you. You find yourself participating in a meeting the recent time and you feel successful. If you were to list out some things in the chat box, what were those things that made the participation successful for you? It could be from your side, it could be from the other person's side, it could be the room. What were those things? Just list out randomly, whatever comes to your mind. Okay. I'll still assume that. Okay, thank you. I'm checking the chat box now, and I just see the contribution from Elizabeth Akinfenwa. Thank you, Elizabeth, for that contribution. A facilitator is a guide, not an expert. There must be a clarity of purpose before session. Awesome. Now, for that question leads us to some of the elements that make for a successful facilitation. And without any particular order, I will list out some of those elements. The tips that need to be observed for a facilitation to be successful start from setting clear objectives. There must be clear objective beforehand. And with the group, a facilitator that want to have a successful facilitation need to establish expectation from the group. Expectation in terms of what do you expect? A question like, at the end of this session, what do you expect? What would you like to see? What would you like to become? And on like that. You define collectively some ground rules. Remember, there's a space, and for every space, there are boundaries, there are constraints. Time is one of the constraints for facilitator to observe for a successful facilitation. You must stick to time. There must be ground rules collectively defined together with the team. A facilitation is considered successful where there is recognition for group dynamics, for equal opportunities. Recognize people that speak very much, recognize those ones that do not speak by giving space to them equally. Call out people respectfully to speak, to invite them to contribute. Now, the word is invitation, not a mandate. A facilitator that wants to have a successful facilitation will ensure there is an invitation every time, not a mandate. Don't mandate people to speak or to contribute. Invite them. Would you like to say something? How about this? Do you have an opinion on this? It's not about say your side. What is your opinion? Tell us what your. It's not about giving a mandate and directive. And for facilitation to be successful, the facilitator stay with the team towards actionable outcomes. You must steer the team, or when the team is moving off point, the attentive listening, the active listening part of the facilitator will ensure that the topic move back towards the outcome intended. And for every subject or topic that want to go off the conversation, for a successful facilitation to be established, a facilitator needs to create beforehand a space to pack some of those things. An example is for every agenda, we put AOB there. AOB is meant to undo anything that wants to be off track from the key topic. A facilitator, through active listening, can direct and steer all those excesses back to the track. And finally, a facilitator needs to establish neutrality and be fully present to drive results. Don't forget, there is a constraint of time when we are facilitating in a space. There are other boundaries too. That is why for facilitation to be successful, critical roles need to be assigned before the beginning. Like who is going to do the recording of decision and actions, who is going to present eventually, and who is going to keep the time, so that all these constraints assist the facilitation to maintain the energy in the room, staying neutral, to observe and to steer the energy rather than sharing the energy with people in the room. These are the important things for facilitation to be successful. And at the end of the day, for every action items, ownership needs to be assigned. Deadline needs to be put in place. And this resolution needs to be shared as soon as possible. And afterward, a post-session minute or document need to be shared with every participant for this to reinforce the decision that has been made, for the outcome to be fully established. Thank you so much for your attention. And right now, I will like to call for question and answer. Let's have interaction regarding this. Thank you once again. The moderator.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, our trainer. That was such an awesome discussion. Please, I want your emojis. Please, let's give some clapping emojis if we really got value from this discussion, because I did. Thank you very much, Tia Muhammad. That was such an amazing one. So we are here now for question. So you may want to type your question, or you can decide to unmute and ask your question. Please, let's do that. We may take 2 to 3 questions right now. We have the time. And even before then, while we are waiting for question, what did you take out of this discussion? What is one thing? You can either drop it in the comment section, in the chat box rather, or you can unmute and tell us what is one thing, either contribution or question. It is time for question. We have to, or else I will have to call names. Yes, because we have to know this is an engaging discussion, and it is something that I believe we've learned 1 or 2 things. So it's either you have a clarification or you have a contribution. Please unmute or raise your hand and let me see. Or I call If I do not see anyone in the next 13 seconds, I will call somebody. Okay, somebody want to speak?
I have a question. This is the
Okay, please go ahead. I can't
Thank
see
you
your...
very much, dear moderator, for the floor. And many thanks also to our trainer, Rahman, for such amazing sharing. So my question is as follows: between the facilitator and the club president, who is in charge of the session?
Our trainer, did you hear his question? Between the club president and the facilitator, who is in charge of the session? Am I right? Though I don't know the person that I didn't.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Over to you, Tim.
Thank you so much. Right. What a beautiful question you've asked, right? In terms of power, for every session, remember, it is more like a space, a time space, a physical space, and a mind space. For the power to hold that space lies with the facilitator. Each of the participants in the space have their own power as part of the ownership of the space, but the boundary of that space, the flow of energy in the space, all this belong to the facilitator to control and coordinate and direct. Have I been able to answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. All right. Any other question? We still have time. We still have about 7 minutes to take more questions, so we can take one or two more. Anybody? Anybody else? I'm ready to call a name. Toastmaster Hannah Carey. Are you available? Any question, any contribution? Are you on this call? No, maybe she isn't. Toastmaster Stephanie. Okay. Not. You can also drop your question in the chat box in case you are in a place where you cannot unmute. Yes, you can drop your question or our contribution in the chat box. We read it and our trainer will answer you if that is what you want to do, because I have really gained much value in the course of this discussion. A facilitator manages the energy of the discussion. Not an expert, but a guide. Not an expert, but a guide. So do we have any other question? Okay. I guess in the absence of none, we have to move on. Thank you once again, our trainer, for such an amazing discussion. We have really learned so much, and I believe every other person here can affirm that we have really learned so much in the course of this discussion. It felt as if we shouldn't end this discussion. So please, if you agree with me, I want your clapping emoji once again. I want your clapping emoji once again. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. So moving on, we are moving to the next segment of our discussion today, which is me inviting the toast bearer to throw a toast. So, and I will be reading the bio of our toast bearer. Who is she? Her name is Zoe Octavia Obazi. She's a professional master of ceremony and biographer. She's the Vice President Education, Sunshine Festac Toastmasters Club, and she's currently on a presentation mastery pathway. She loves being with family and giving her creativity expressions. Wow. Her life mantra: live life, live full, live empty. Over to you, our toast bearer, Zoe Octavia Obazi. The virtual lectern is yours.
Very many thanks, Toastmaster Elizabeth Akinfenwa. Failing to plan equals planning to fail. We all echoed these words loud and clear as wide-eyed children back at elementary school. For us at those times, those words meant accurate math sums and 10 over 10 in brighter grammar assignments. Tonight, those words have returned. In the words of our trainer, Toastmaster Abdulrahman Adebayo, for it is today that he has pointed again that facilitation is the process of making group interactions and meetings fluid and effective. The time space, the physical space, and the mind space, all in the control of the facilitator. And he manages it with clarity of purpose and planning, with design and careful guide, with respect for group dynamics and inclusivity. District 130. Tonight, we have learned that the facilitator stirs the room, appreciates all, and bears in mind, I am no expert. I am but a guide. Can I ask that we please fill our glasses as we take a toast? If you do not have a glass of water, can you do this? Can you raise your hand just this way, holding an imaginary glass? And if you can turn on your cameras, that will be absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Now fill your glasses and let's raise a toast to District 130 and Toastmasters Learning Institute. It's cheers to us. Long live our productivity. Long live our deliberateness, and long live our growth. Cheers. Cheers to you, Toastmaster Natalie. I see you. Cheers, Toastmaster Elizabeth Akinfenwa. And it's back to you, the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, our lovely toast bearer. That was an awesome moment. Thank you very much. Wow. Okay, moving on. We are going to be having the District 130 info and our quiz session. District 130 info and our quiz session, and the lead, one of the team member is going to do that for us. Over to you for the info.
Thank you, dear moderator, for giving me the floor. I would like to ask to the Zoom master to allow me to share.
Go ahead. You can share.
Zoom master, can I share?
Yes, go ahead. Share.
Oh no. In the other side, Adrabo. I'm using my computer.
Okay, go.
Okay, can you help me to share it? So.
Okay, send it to me in the chat box.
The district information.
Dear Saida, I did not receive the file.
I can share. Okay, Zoom Master, can you help me? If the district information, I will make the comment and you will share, please.
Okay.
Dear fellow Toastmasters, so we have three main informations in the district 130. The first one is about the contest. As you know, currently we are making the contest, the international speech contest, and also the evaluation speech contest for the club level. And during the month of March, we will have the international speech contest and the evaluation speech contest for the area level. And in April, we'll have for the division level. And as everyone knows, in May, during the conference, we will have the district level. And this is the first information. The second information is about an innovation of the District 130. Dear Zoom Master, can you help me? The class
I
who
didn't
will
have the
recruit
file.
at least 5 new members who will have a special ribbon, the Talk Up ribbon. And the third information is about the international conference that will happen from 21st to 23rd in the month of May in this year. It will be in Libreville. And for this, we will have a member of the committee who will come here later to give us more information about it. It's all for the district information. Sorry for the delay and also the advice. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that information. Can we have the quiz now?
Back to you, dear moderator.
Yes, I'm on. Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, for the quiz session, that is
You're
also you, right?
audible. We can hear you.
Yes.
I'm the one who will
The next,
handle this part.
sorry, I
Yes.
didn't get that.
All right, thank you. Dear Zoom Master, can you help me now, please?
Please
So the quiz is
share.
very simple.
Sorry. Please, can you share the link for the quiz so people
We don't
can...
have a link.
You
I
don't have a
have to
link?
ask some question and you will guess.
Okay, so
Okay.
go ahead
Through
and...
indices. So
Okay, ask your questions and the
the
people...
first indice is the fact that we are going to look for a Toastmasters. And the first indice is the fact that he's a area director. And the second is the fact that he is the area 19 director. And I would like you to give me his name. You can write it in the chat box
Keep asking the
or
question.
just take the floor.
Please ask the question again. Some of us didn't hear you.
Yes, we are looking for an area director. And he is the area 19 director.
Oh, okay.
Who is he? Who is he? Nigeria guys.
Is
We
he
are
or
counting
she?
on you.
She or he?
He is a man. Just try to guess. Try to imagine. Yes, who is the Area 19 director? Yes, this is the question. Thank you, Grace. One, two, three. Should I keep my book? Dear moderator.
No, wait.
Should I keep my book?
And an
No,
answer
it's not
in the
Ajami
comments.
Ibrahim. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Try again, please.
Someone give the answer in the chat box. Check the chat
He's a
box.
man. Did you seek 19 director? He will not be happy. Oh. Dear Zoe, would you like to try?
No, someone
Yes,
already
Lord.
gave the answer. Check the chat
The
box.
answer, let me.
The
Okay,
answer
in
is
the
not
chat
correct
box.
for the quiz
It's
master.
not correct.
No, it's not correct. Ajami Ibrahim, no. It's not Ajami Ibrahim. Should I keep my book? The name of this book is The Art of Seduction. Dear Zoe, should I keep it? Gloria Bukar. So this Toastmasters is Oluwatosin Olurunleke. I repeat, Oluwatosin Olurunleke. So back to you, dear moderator.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, for that interesting quiz. Yes. TM Oluwatosin Olorunleke. That's the answer. So moving on, we are going to be moving to where we will have our conference chair to tell us about the conference that is coming up in May. So, and the person that will do that for us is Toastmaster Madi Chua. I'm sorry if I didn't get that pronunciation very well.
Congratulations, at least you were able to at least try, and that was a good try. So good evening, everybody. Sorry, I cannot turn on my camera, but I will do it in a few. Just to give you a heads up on the organization of the conference, we've been very busy here in Libreville, trying to organize everything, having all the contacts, the approvals, and so forth, and the agreements. But just so you know, we are having already discussions and approvals from the Ministry of the Interiors, of the Ministry of the Homeland Security, who is in charge of everything that has to do with visas and authorizations of entry. There will be one letter that will be issued by the conference chair as a support in order for you to have your visa. You can do it online. The process is easy, but you should know that it takes about like 5 business days for that process to be approved as soon as you have all the documents and the supporting letter. That's part of the main focal point, which is how to come and at least have the visa to come and attend the conference in Libreville. On the other side, regarding now the second part that is the most questionable and the most interesting part is, I think, regarding the accommodation also. So we're having about 15 hotels that we're working with who are going to be our partners in that during that period, and also some furnished apartments rentals that's available for the full week. Different rates also are offered. Different options are available as far as 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, or 3 bedrooms apartment that some people might decide to share and maybe have some time and being more confident being in a group. When you reach at the airport, you will be taken care with transportation. That's also part of the services that will be provided, because this is part of the activities of the logistic team. And then you will be welcome at the Toastmaster Village and just dropped to your hotel or your selected accommodation, your preferred accommodation place. For the 3 days of the conference, we have a full program that has been set up, that's been reviewed, Everything is still subject to validations from the PQD because we're not working on our own. We have a major reference book that we have to follow and to track also. So 3 days conference, that will be mostly 2.5 days of conferences because the last day of the conference will be more for the management of the District 130 who will have their sessions. And the best part is the gala, the dinner. That's also where we should have, like, everybody should be available and in a good shape, at least to party after all those stress from traveling, stress from all the projects presentation, stress of everything. That's the best time to release. We also have some activities that have been put in place as far as touristic and discovery. The day before, on the 19th, you will be able to visit the Arboretum, because when you come to Gabon, you have to at least say hello to our ancestors, say hello to all this green that's available here, because this is one of the major part that's very important in Gabon, is because we have some national parks that's available. So at least I will give you the opportunity to visit one. And on the Sunday, there is also one touristic option that's available for you also to discover. So far, this is where we're at. We're very busy organizing everything, trying to set up everything, coordinating, planning. So we are just happy to welcome you and assist you for any question, any topic that you may have that can also be discussed and prepared in advance. That will be also a good part wherever you need some support or some feedback from the team here in Gabon.
Thank you very much, our conference chair, for that awesome information. Thank you. So
And
moving on.
the conference chair. I'm not the conference chair. I'm just the president of the logistic committee.
Oh, sorry. That was
no problem. I'll meet you. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to, do we have any question for her? I don't think so. Do we? In the absence of no question, I'm going to hand over to the TLI committee to close this session. Thank you very much for having me here. I really enjoyed this session. Thank you. Over to you, TLI team. Hello, are you there? Member of the TLI committee?
All right. Thank you, dear moderator, for giving me the floor. So I would like to thank all those who attend to this meeting. I know that it was challenging, but we did it. So I would like to express our deep gratitude to you and invite you to the next Afterwork that will happen in 2 weeks. So just keep in touch. Thank you, everyone. See you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.